Hey guys, I have 5 o'clock Central Time on the dot. So we're going to get started in just one more minute. So if you have invited someone to this call, maybe just shoot them a quick text or reminder. Let them know that we're going to be getting started in just a few seconds. Also, all of y'all who are already on here, if you just want to type in the chat really quick and let us know where you're calling in from. I'm from Alabama, if you can't tell by my accent.
I'm from Texas.
Oh my gosh, we have people from all over the place, even Canada on this call. Karen from Canada, Leslie from Alberta, South Dakota, San Diego. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have people from everywhere. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. I am Jessica Craig is my name. I'm from a really small town in Alabama, and I have been drinking and sharing ketones with people for 3.5 years now, which is so crazy. So thanks so much for hopping on the call. Those of you who are a guest on here, welcome. We're so happy that you joined us. We're going to try to keep this super quick and just kind of give y'all some really great information on what this is, how it works, how to get the best results possible, and how to get it for the very best price. So I'm going to share just a little bit of my story with y'all. Guys, I'm straight up obsessed with ketones. So honestly, I could talk to y'all for like 2 hours straight about my experience and what this has done for me and the reason that I'm so in love with this. So I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, but 3.5 years ago, one of my very best friends in the world had found this. She ran across it on the internet, just searching stuff about the keto diet. And listen what she did. She started drinking it and did not tell me for 2 weeks. So I always tell everyone, if you start drinking this stuff and you have a best bestie that you share everything with, you better straight up tell them right away, because I was so mad at her for waiting 2 weeks to share it with me. So once I got over that initial shock of my best friend didn't tell me everything she was doing, of course I had to try it. So guys, I'll tell you this, I am 34 years old and I never, as a teenager, I never really dealt with weight issues, but it was basically the second that I graduated high school, I just started packing on the pounds. So basically my whole entire adult life, I have been up and down 200 at my heaviest, and have definitely been someone who would try everything under the sun. Some things worked for me, some things didn't, but at the end of the day, I didn't stick with anything. So I was constantly just up and down with my weight. I have always been someone who has been addicted to food. I love food. I love to eat, and I still do. But I would find myself constantly thinking about, is it time to eat? What are we having for lunch? What are we having for dinner? I worked in a dental office, and so I was constantly just surrounded by food. People brought us in food and snacks and stuff all the time. And like I said, before I knew it, I had gotten myself up to 200 pounds, very unhealthy, and just felt really uncomfortable in my own skin. I don't know if any of y'all can relate to that, but I had to shop in the plus size section, and I was, 20 something years old at the time, and went to the doctor, and they were like, you got to get your life together. Like you're not going down the right path. So, of course, when my best friend started drinking this, I wanted to drink it with her. I didn't really have a lot of expectations. 3.5 years ago, I didn't know what ketones were. I didn't know what ketosis was. I had never even really heard of the keto diet. Now, I would say probably the majority of you guys at least have heard of the diet. So raise your hand if you've heard of it, if you've tried the diet. Okay, so what's so cool is this is not the diet. So whenever when I did a little research and realized that basically if I wanted to be in ketosis through the diet, I could never eat carbs and sugar again. I knew that that wasn't going to be something that I could stick with, especially long term. So once I found out that you could actually drink the ketones that would put you into ketosis, and still be able to experience all the incredible benefits, I was all in. So long story short, been drinking these things for 3.5 years. I'm no longer married to the refrigerator. I don't think about food all the time. I actually can go for hours and hours and hours without having anything in my system besides these ketones and water, which has never been possible for me. And so I'm so thankful for what it's done for me health-wise. A couple of the other awesome benefits that I've experienced personally is I have 2 small kids. I have a 3.5-year-old little boy who's wild and crazy, and I love him so much. And I have a 9-year-old little girl. And I find myself having way less crazy mama moments. That's the best way that I can explain it to you guys. I see a lot of women on this call. Raise your hand if you're a mama and you can relate. Like, it is not always easy, and I'm still a crazy mama. I'm not going to say I'm not, but I definitely find myself, being way more even keel with my mood and not just snapping over the smallest things. So I know my whole family appreciates that, including my husband. The sleep is great, and I'm just really so thankful for everything that this has done for me. And I hope and pray I never have to go a day without it. I run to the kitchen every single morning. So that's my story, guys, or part of it. I'm going to pass this over to, I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Keto Dad. He's basically like a superstar. But Nick Martinez is on this call with us, and he is going to explain to you guys a little bit more about what exactly is this, how do you use it, and how to get the best results possible. So Nick, are you on here?
I am. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I got you.
Fantastic. Well, hey, good to see everybody. How's it going? Good to see all your faces. I learned about this product 4.5 years ago. And at the time I was just like Jessica. I didn't know what ketones were. I was not the keto dad. I didn't even eat keto. However, I went very quickly from being a airline pilot who was tired all the time, who used to do a lot of short overnights, who used to come home from my trips. And instead of playing with my 2-year-old, Callie, who was 2 at the time, I would spend my time on the floor trying to nap. In fact, right here is where I would spend most of my day trying to nap because I was tired and pretending to play. I went very quickly from being in that space to having energy, to being able to come home and be present with her and to chase her around the house while my wife was working full time. And I kind of did the night shift of the airline world. It worked really well for our schedule and for our family. But I wasn't in a place where I had tons of extra energy. So I don't know if you're a shift worker, or if you work crazy hours, or if you're just tired, this is something that will definitely shift that. One of the neat things when I got started, my friend said to me, Nick, this is going to change the world. Being in ketosis is an incredible experience, and all you have to do is drink this to get there. He had done the diet. He'd had success with that in the past, had not maintained it, and he was fired up because he found something that literally you drank, and it puts you in a state of ketosis in 30 minutes. And he told me, he says, Nick, this is going to change the world. You got to partner with me and share this. So for some reason, I believed him, became a promoter with the company, started to drink it, had that experience that I mentioned. And then my goal in the beginning was just to test it out on all my pilot friends. So anytime I was in the cockpit, I would be shaking up ketones. The pilot would be asked, other pilot in the cockpit, like, what is that stuff? What do you have? And I just started to like sample it to them. Next thing I knew, I had a handful of people that were drinking it. And they kept calling me with these strange questions like, Nick, my pants don't fit anymore. What's going on? Or Nick, is this stuff legal? I haven't lifted like this since I was your age. I don't want to pop a drug test. And things just started to pour in. I remember calling my mom, my dad, my sister, and making sure that they got to experience it and them having just incredible results. My mom ended up losing the belly fat that I gave her like 33 years prior. And like just having great experiences at age like mid 60s. And my dad is now 70, like at the weights they got married at decades and decades ago. So meanwhile, as all of that started to happen, I realized there's something going on here. Like this stuff, which I thought was probably too good to be true, actually isn't. And I started to ask the question, why? And the more I started to learn and the more that I started to read, I learned that the power of ketosis, the power of ketones to the brain and to the rest of the body was profound. So right now, if you go and Google ketones and anything, you're going to see just tons of information, tons of great research that suggests that basically get your body into a state of ketosis and it helps everything. So now when people drink our product, you heard Jessica talking about being a happier mom, right? The ketones give you a better mood. You heard me talk about energy. Ketones help you with energy. You heard about Jessica's fat loss. Ketones help with fat loss, right? You hear about people being just more focused, being more clear, being more present. They help with that. And at the end of the day, I get the question a lot, like, why is it? Well, ketones are actually one of your body's two fuel sources, right? So your body's kind of like a hybrid car. Not many hybrid cars are super popular right now because gas is so cheap, but think back to the day of the Prius when it first came out, and that Prius would get like 53 miles a gallon because it used gasoline and it used electricity, and it switched back and forth between the two. Well, think of your body kind of like that Prius. It works a little bit differently, but it's very similar. Your body burns glucose, which comes from carbs or sugar, which would be just like the gasoline engine in that Prius. And it burns ketones, which come from fat. When you metabolize fat, turns it into ketones for energy. That would be like your electrical engine. But the way that your body's set up is you have to run out of gas before you get to ketosis, before you metabolize fat, before you get to use ketones. So I want you all to think, when's the last time you ran your car out of gas? So if you do the ketogenic diet and you're eating low carbs, and we're talking perfect on the ketogenic diet, 20 carbs or less, you might be able to get into ketosis, right? If you're fasting, and a lot of us just did what's called a keto reboot where we went 60 hours without food. It's really powerful. You can learn about that on another call or ask the person that invited you here. But through that 60 hours, your body starts to break down all the blood sugar that you have, all the glucose that's in your system, the glycogen that stores in your muscles, and then it makes that transition into ketosis or ketogenesis where you're metabolizing fat. Those are the two ways to get your Prius to burn into its electrical fuel source. So you must run your car out of gas first. So think of your body like a Prius that's maybe broken, and you got to go run that Prius out of gas. And after it's out of gas, when it sputters and it's like, boop, 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 and it's going to die, then it will tap into that electrical fuel source, and it starts to run like the Tesla that's in my garage, like supercharged. It's amazing. So that's how our body is set up. That's how we're wired. Now, in walks Keto Nat, the product that we're talking about here. It's a powder. You mix it with ice and water. You drink it. It comes in a ton of different flavors. My favorite happens to be Heart Tart and raspberry lemonade. In fact, if you have a favorite, if you've been drinking this for a little bit, type what your favorite flavor is in the chat. I'm curious. Type that into the chat so some other people can see what flavors you love. I know I had a Ruby Rush this morning, and I had a Heart Tart blended with ice and almond milk and some frozen strawberries this afternoon, which was delicious. Ooh, Andrea likes Splash. I like it. Swiss Cacao, Heart Tart. I mean, Heart Tart's probably our number one bestseller, next to maybe raspberry lemonade. But so it's a powder. You mix it with ice and water. You drink it, and you're putting ketones from outside of the body to inside of the body. So literally, what you're allowing yourself to do is immediately start to burn ketones for fuel. And as a result, now you're able to work like that Prius that was getting 53 miles a gallon, not that Prius that had to run out of gas before it got into ketosis. So how does this benefit you? It benefits you because ketones are a fuel source and they fuel your brain. Ketones are a fuel source. They fuel your muscles, right? They help to spare lean muscle mass. They help you to gain muscle mass, and they actually are energy in those. They carry more oxygen to your cells than glucose, and they really allow you to operate at that higher level. So can you get into ketosis through the ketogenic diet? Absolutely. I'm telling you, if you look at a donut, you might not be in ketosis. Can you get there through fasting? Yes, you can. Can you get there through drinking ketones? Absolutely. Now, if you're already doing keto and you're crushing it, fantastic. Drink ketones and amplify what you're seeing. They found that everybody that does keto and ketones sees even better results. But do you have to do any of that? No. I get the question all the time, Nick, I don't do keto. Should I drink ketones? Yes, you should. Why? Because you're not going to have ketones for your brain otherwise. This is the only way to get ketones up here unless you're doing one of those other two things. So what this does is creates a lifestyle, because when you have ketones in your brain, guess what? You're less hungry. When you're less hungry, guess what you do? You eat less junk. When you eat less junk, guess what happens? You start to feel better. When you start to feel better, guess what happens? Your clothes start fitting better. When that happens, you have a smile on your, just all of these things start to domino effect as a result of having ketones in your body. And that's why I got excited about how I was feeling 4.5 years ago, started to share it with people, and it started to create this domino effect. So Jessica, I don't know if there's anything else that you want me to cover, but that's just a little bit of the detail. I'm telling you, if you love science, if you love research, download the Prove It TV app on your phone and go binge watch that tonight instead of Netflix. You're going to love some of the resources in there, some of the doctors that you're seeing. Just the information is just profound and it's intense. My encouragement to you is make sure that you grab some ketones and start trying this right away. Start getting it into your system right away. You're going to love the experience that you start to have.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. So clearly I'm not the ketone expert. All I know is I drink it, I feel incredible, and I never want to have to go a day without it. Nick knows all the things. So thank you so much, Nick, for that. Guys, I do want to say just a couple more things to you. If you want to have incredible results with ketones, there's one trick, one major trick. You have to drink them, okay? You have to drink them every single day. I know I have a few people who maybe are a little bit forgetful about things. If that's you, raise your hand. Sometimes I forget some stuff in life, but drinking ketones, I've never had an issue with that because I feel so incredible after drinking them. But if you are someone who may be a little forgetful, set an alarm on your phone. That's one of my favorite hacks to tell people about drinking them every day. Another really cool thing about this is the longer you drink them, the better they work for you. It's like your body recognizes and realizes what they are and how they work. And so a lot of things that I've tried in the past, and I'm sure if any of you guys have tried different things, it kind of seems like the longer you use it, the less it works. It's like your body becomes accustomed to them and they just don't work anymore. And what I love about this is that's just the opposite. You're going to always have great results. You're going to feel good every single day. And it really does just continue to get better and better and better. So I'm going to give y'all a couple little ways to make sure that you're drinking this consistently. We're going to, after I share this with you, Nick's going to give y'all just a couple of options on how you can get started. But I will tell you this, if you can grab a couple of people to drink this with you. So like I shared with you guys in the beginning, I started with my best friend, Mandy is her name, and then we got a couple of our other best friends to all start drinking them with us. And it was just really so fun because we were able to check in with each other. You know, how's it going? Which flavor did you drink today? How are you feeling? Are your jeans fitting any different? Like, it was just kind of like a race to see who was going to have better results. And it was just really so much fun. So I want to encourage all of you guys to share this with your best friend, with your mom, with your sister, with your coworker. Number one, just to have that accountability and have someone to do this with you. And number two, you can actually drink this for free. So I don't know if the person that invited you to the call has shared this with you yet, but I'm just going to give you like a tidge of basic information about it. We all can drink this for free. Me as a promoter, you as a customer. We have an incredible referral program that literally blows my mind. I'm like, how are we doing this? I don't understand. But we have so many people who are not even having to pay for their ketones. I started this 3.5 years ago and have literally only paid for my personal ketones 1 month, the very first time I purchased. So if you're on this call and you have been drinking free ketones, do me a favor and just comment in the chat. Let me know how long you've been drinking them for free. Because guys, this is why I pay for something. You know what I mean? When you can get it for free. So what I love too is we have something called our Smart Ship program. And so it's like a automatic thing. It comes to your house every single month. And guys, I just want to like reassure you, because whenever I hear someone mention Smart Ship or Auto Ship, I kind of like step back a little bit, because I've been one who has signed up for Auto Ship, Smart Ships, whatever you want to call it, and it has been impossible to get out of. You have to write a letter to the president, send in your birth certificate, like all the most, wait on hold for 2 hours, like all the most ridiculous things if you decide you don't want to do it anymore. And so I just want to reassure you, with our Smart Ship program, all you have to do is click cancel, okay? You're in complete control of it. You can change your flavor. You can skip a month if you want to. You can reschedule your date, whatever you want to do. But how nice is it to, number one, have the ability to drink them for free, but number two, to just know that they're going to be delivered to you every single month. I love makeup. I use this as an example. I love makeup, and if I run out of like my eyebrow pencil, it's a 911 emergency, and I have to go get in my car and drive to Ulta and get the eyebrow pencil. So it's like really annoying. But I wish I could get an auto ship for all the things that I use religiously. And so I'm so thankful that we have that ability for you to get that. So a couple of reasons why you would even want to sign up for Smart Ship. Like I said, number one, it's coming to you every single month. Number two, you get the ability to drink them for free. And if you don't want to get them for free, if you're weird and you like to pay for stuff, you at least get them at an incredible discount. We have 22% off anything you get every single month from now until the end of time. And so I love that. And you can try different products. It's so much fun. And then it's kind of like you get treated as a VIP. I like to tell people you are a VIP customer with Prove It if you're on Smart Ship, because you get that great discount. You get a free box sent with your shipment every fourth consecutive month. So it's just like every fourth month, it's like Christmas. I open up my box. I have no idea what I'm getting. And it's a whole entire box of usually one of my favorite flavors. I love it so much. Other than that, we have some really special discounts that we offer. We have brand new flavors and products that pop up all the time. And 9 times out of 10, they are only available to Smart Ship customers. So if you want to be someone who gets to try all the new stuff, all these awesome flavors that we're all experiencing this summer, comment in the chat your favorite summer flavor. But by the way, I am obsessed with blueberry. Like, oh my gosh, it's so stinking good. But all of our summer flavors have been great. So just kind of to wrap that up, consistency, drink them every single day, you guys. Get on our Smart Ship program so that way you have the ability to share with friends and drink yours for free, or at least get a really great discount. And now I'm going to turn it over to Nick, and he is going to share a couple ways that you guys can get started, because at the end of the day, we just want you to get in where you fit in.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jessica, for sharing that. At the end of the day, we need ketones. And like she just said, drink them every day. Do that for the next 60 days, and you'll be looking back and thanking whoever invited you to this call because of how great you feel. So right now we have a couple different options as far as getting started goes. The option that Jessica just mentioned was getting started as a customer with Smart Ship. We happen to have a 26% off sale going on right now. You can take advantage of that on a few different flavors that we have. But at the very least, grab whatever you want. Grab a few different boxes, get started with it, set up that Smart Ship. And if, as this call has been going on, you've been thinking of a few people, if you've been thinking of your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your best friend from high school, whoever it is that's been popping in your mind, you might want to join us in the Dollar Keto Club. And the Dollar Keto Club is a new promotion that just got launched kind of when the coronavirus stuff hit and lockdown started to happen and quarantine started to happen. Prove It came out with this concept of, hey, why don't we create this club, which is about better, which is about people like making a commitment to themselves, but then at the same time, making a commitment to share this, to build a greater community, to inspire other people to become the best versions of themselves. So what the Dollar Keto Club is, there's a couple different options or packs that you can grab. We have a starter pack. We have an MVP pack. It gives you ketones for you at 40% off, and it gives you ketones to start to share with people, whether you sell those as trial packs or get them into other people's hands. It's super, super powerful. I have an alarm going off somewhere. Where is it? I think my steak is done. Stop. Sorry about that. But the whole purpose of the starter pack and of the MVP pack is to get product in your hands so that you can start drinking it, have an experience with it, and then start to get it into the hands of other people. And it gives you the ability not only to earn free product, but to earn commissions and start to build a business with us. And at the end of the day, as we build this, as we share this, as we expand this community, all that we're doing as promoters is introducing something that we like to our friends. I started to do this back when I was a full-time airline pilot. I didn't look at it as a full-time job. I didn't look at it as something that was going to replace my airline career. However, I was excited about introducing this to some of my buddies. I was excited about sharing this with my mom, my dad, and my sister. And the ripple impact that started to happen as a result was just profound. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, man, I'd love all of that. Like, I know some people that I want to share this with. I know that this can impact other people. join us with the $1 Keto Club. It's literally $1 to be a promoter when you grab one of those packs. $1. Normally it's $37. It's discounted, so that's why it's called the $1 Keto Club. And in this, you're going to get amazing information. You're going to be part of an amazing community. You're going to have all the resources at your fingertips that you absolutely need to do anything, basically to utilize the product, to introduce the product to other people, to create an impact with this. And at the same time, let us help you start earning a free product with this, as well as commissions, whether it's free product and grocery money, whether it's free product and new car payment money, whether it's free product and move to a new zip code money. It's absolutely possible. I didn't believe back when I got started that this would create an entirely new lifestyle for my family, where I didn't have to choose every month whether I was going to have Wednesday off or Saturday off, right? I didn't know it was going to create something for our family where my wife wouldn't have to go back to work after a second kid was born, right? However, as a result of sharing this, as a result of introducing this to people, we have now helped tons of others kind of have that same experience. So if you're on here today and you're just thinking, man, I want to get energy and I want to feel healthy again and I want to feel good, awesome. Grab yourself some ketones. If you're maybe just a little bit more inspired, maybe you've done a 5-day trial pack, or maybe you did the 10-day drink ketones challenge and you're starting to feel this and you're starting to get what I'm talking about, you feel that energy, then join us with the $1 Keto Club. Let us support you in introducing this to people around you, and let us watch as you start to create your own ripple. And that ripple can go as far as you want it to. It can be as big as you can think, because right now the world is looking for what we have. Right now the world is saying, I need something. I need energy. I need focus. I need fat loss. They're looking for a little bit of certainty in uncertain times. So if you can't tell, I'm fired up. I'm deep in ketosis. I'm feeling amazing. It's been an incredible week so far. And I'm excited for you guys to be on this call. I'm excited for you to get back with whoever invited you here and tell them, hey, I want to get the challenge kit, or hey, I want to order as a customer on SmartShip, or hey, I want to do that $1 Keto Club thing that Nick was talking about. What are my options? Tell them that and let them help you get rolling. So with that, Jessica, thanks for having me on. Appreciate you. And any thoughts to close out?
No, I'm complete. Thank you so much, Nick. This was awesome. I hope y'all have the best night that you've ever had, and we cannot wait to see you guys on the next one. Oh, I do have one more closing thought. If you can think of someone, if you were listening to this call and you were like, okay, I'm ready to do this, you know what? My mom and my sister would love this too. My best friend would love this too. We're actually going to be having another one of these calls in just a couple hours. It's at 9:00 Eastern time tonight. So get with whoever invited you to this call, and we can get you hooked up with the link for the next one. Get your friends and family on it, and you can get started drinking free ketones right away. We can get the ball rolling. So that's it, you guys. I hope y'all have an incredible evening. Thanks so much again for hopping on. Love y'all.